Hi and welcome to the Crafts channel in association with Paper Crafter magazine. I'm here to show you the great free gift that goes on issue 91 of Paper Crafter that's out on sale the 15th of January. It's this two-part shape and alphabet template set with nice thick stencils, so that you can do some great effects with them. Now I'm just going to show you a very quick method to do something like these cut-out cards. If you cut your pieces of card into your tag shapes, grab a little bit of washi is always helpful because it keeps it in the same place. Grab your bit of washi, and then what you need to do is you need to draw on the back of your card. So remember to flip your stencil over. If you line your letters up perhaps 1 centimetre from the bottom of the card and judge it by eye, and then use a very sharp pencil just to draw inside your letter. And what you will find, and you'll find it with all stencils, is your image will come out looking smaller than it actually looks on the template, because it's one of those things, it doesn't matter how hard you try, your tip of your pencil is never going to line up perfectly with the edge of the stencil. But to counteract that, when you cut it out with your scalpel, if you do your straight edges first of all, because they're always the easiest, and then when you start to do your curves, rather than cut actually on the pencil line, just try and cut very slightly outside it. Using a good new sharp blade. I tend to use Swan Morton scalpels. I've used them since I was a paste-up artist many years ago for a printer. You don't need to have sterilised ones, but they are surgical scalpel blades and they're steel, and they don't go as bluntly as quickly as some. I did buy some cheap chiropody blades once for false economy because they go blunt so quickly. But if you put a nice new blade in, you can find that you don't have to put that much pressure on it. The paper will just literally get cut by itself. And then you can lift out that, turn it over, and then as you can see, what I've done on these cards is I've just mounted that L onto a piece of turquoise card with some 3D foam pads to give that shadowed effect. So it's one of the cards that you can make with the kit. The other thing that you can do, like we've done with this hello card, again, very simply, if you have something like a tab, put your stencil the right way up this time. Line it up by eye. Oh, I should take this down really, but we're just doing this very quickly. And very faintly put your pencil outline in. And then grab a nice fine line pen. These are great, these look at the tiny tip on that, so that what you can then do is you can just go over your lines. These fine tip pens, if you're into the colour therapy, these pens are perfect for that, especially some of the really small designs, because you've got a nice strong pigment, it doesn't bleed through the paper, and you've got a really nice fine even line. And also the thing that I found, if you're outlining something like this, don't feel that you have to do one continuous line. It's much easier to turn your paper so that you hold the pen in the same position each time. It saves you a lot of hassle, and then you can always colour that in with a separate colour. Actually, you'd probably use a brush marker to colour in something like this. Once you've done the outline, then you don't have to worry too much about being inside the lines, do you? I won't finish colouring that, but as you can see, I've used that technique on this hello card and also on a bookmark, and then I've used the reverse technique on this door sign for a kid's bedroom, and that's just coloured in with a nice high pigment colour pencil. The other thing that I've also used with these stencils, because they're nice and thick, I mean the thickness on that's got to be 1 millimetre thick, you can use the 3D dimensional stencil paste, as I have on this journal here. So I don't know if you can catch that on the camera, how thick that is. And what you do again is you just lay your stencil down onto a piece of card, take your stencil paste and a palette knife, and you spread it over, and then you lift the stencil away in one clean movement and leave the stencil paste to dry. As I say, it's here on this little home hanger. And also you can do the same thing with stencil paste with the butterfly shapes that are on the other stencil. As you can see, it's a bit grubby because I've used this one. But that's just a butterfly shape that has been pasted with the dimensional paste. While the paste is wet, I've put gemstones into it, and then once it's dry, I've cut around the back of it, because it was just mounted on red card, cut around the back of it and popped it onto a clothes peg. So you've got like a little handy notelet holder. And there's lots of other ideas in the magazine how to use your stencils, how to draw around them and cut around them. And there's some quite quirky designs like the spectacles and the moustache. Nice owl here, there's cupcakes, there's bunting, there's birds. But if you go out and grab issue 91 of Papercrafter magazine, as I say, it's out on sale on the 18th of December. And then you can, while you're sitting down after Christmas and you've got nothing to do, you can make yourself a load of birthday cards for the following year. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you soon.